Okay, so WordPress Studio MCP server connects WordPress Studio with AI tools via MCP. Yeah, end of last month, there was an updated Studio CLI blog post, which Nick posted before he left. Miss you, Nick. And basically, it's full featured command line completion for much of your Studio workflow, including creating and managing sites, running WP-CLI, And there you go, WordPress Studio CLI. See, so to run WP-CLI commands, it would be Studio WP and then blah. If you already have WP-CLI installed, which I do, it's just WP, and you can run WP commands. But it's a cool way to get people using Studio into WP-CLI. I always get a little bit stressed when the person who wrote the thing I'm playing with is on the stream. So I usually configure my VS Code MCP on a per project basis, but I'm going to stick it in the global one just for now. And then for VS Code, I need to say servers. Claude still doesn't refresh when you change the config, which is the most annoying thing in the world. So you have to stop, and start Claude again, like it's Windows 95. It's so frustrating. Sorry, I was busy blocking and reporting a chat message. One thing I don't like about Claude Desktop that I do like about Claude Code is you can click on the running process and actually see what's happening, or at least I think you can. I'm pretty sure I was able to when I was doing this earlier today. Whereas Claude, you're just stuck with this pulsating icon. You have no idea what's going on in the background. I just realized that Vladimir was doing flowers as well, so I must have remembered watching the demo and flowers into my brain. Because I promise you this wasn't planned. So the user doesn't necessarily have VS Code installed. They just want to be able to create a site in Studio, push it up somewhere, boom, off you go. I know you should get the agent to do it, but I would do it myself. You are an expert WordPress developer. Let's say designer developer. And now the one thing I'm going to do differently to Vladimir is you create custom block theme templates. I'm going to throw out a little bit of a curveball. And theme developer creating custom block theme. Help me create a new custom block theme for my client. My client owns a small coffee shop selling coffee beans and coffee making accessories online. Because to be honest, if I wasn't a developer, that's what I would love to do. I would love to own a coffee shop and then sell coffee stuff online. Now, this is where it gets interesting because Vladimir was using Opus, which can probably generate images. I don't know whether GPT can. Not sure it can. So that might be difficult. Always allow tools from Studio. I don't care. If it breaks my computer, then I'll reboot or something. I have two machines. I have my laptop for streaming and video creation and when I travel, and I have my workstation where I do most of my actual work. So if my laptop gets fried, I'm okay. I love that. It's named the colors after coffee-related stuff. That's cool. If you've never developed a block theme, this is a pretty good start. I will say that. Now, this is one of those things that is more, in my opinion, a WordPress problem. Because now that we're moving towards this template, the structure where you can edit templates in the editor, how you build your sites. I like the idea of it all sitting in the templates because then you can just go in and you can edit the templates. And if I want to edit the front page, I edit the front page and then it changes. But then it gets confusing because then when I go to pages and I go to the home page, there's nothing in the home page. So as a user, that makes confusing. But that's more of a WordPress problem. I definitely think this is a step towards like true agentic WordPress development. And so being able to spin up a site from my agent, spin up a new site, install this plugin from GitHub that I'm busy working on, give it a theme, give it a whatever, spin it up and get it going while I'm doing something else. I am I'm liking this kind of automation between my development environment and my local development installation, my local WordPress installation. The fact that I have to clone the repository, it would be cool to be able to use that whole npx situation like you can with the WordPress MCP server, where it's a npm package that I can just run without having to clone the code. Oh, interesting. Okay. So you would basically install Studio CLI as a package and then MCP would just come with it and it all just works. That'd be pretty awesome. So it's done exactly what I asked it to do. That's well done, agent bot thing, along with Studio CLI and MCP. I like it. Okay, let's switch to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to Opus. And I'm going to close this. And I'm going to say, you are an expert WordPress theme designer / developer. Help me make the John's Coffee theme more modern and exciting. Include bold colors, fonts, and layouts. Now, obviously, if I did things like creating Copilot instructions or an agent's MD or whatever, I could be able to give the agent more context. Now, I will preface this by saying I am not a designer. I'm a guy who writes code for a living, or used to. Now, ironically, this is the kind of thing you could do while you are making a cup of coffee. I do feel like this is where things are heading. I do feel like we're heading towards a world where you'll use an agent to create like a first version of something, and then you will manually come along and tweak it and style it and fix it and change it and customize it. I have actually blogged about what I think the future of development looks like, or web development looks like. I'll then use it to help me check any merge requests. So it'll automate a lot of the boring manual stuff. This music is very jumpy. Ooh. From my perspective, this is certainly not a horrible looking website. So I did this in an hour now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this on my social media, and you are welcome to comment up and tell me what you think. Except Vladimir, who created this. Anybody else watching on YouTube or wherever. I'm going to share the preview on social media. And if you like it or dislike it or hate it or think it's terrible, comment on social media and tell me. This say, I created this preview site on WordPress.com with WordPress Studio and in under an hour without writing any code. Full block theme implementation. It does mean that the way we do things is changing, whether you're on board with this AI stuff. I'm not here to argue with you about that. I'm pro it, but as long as there is a human element involved, and I've said this publicly, but this is really cool. So I love the fact that now there's AI stuff happening. So well done, everybody. Good job. Seriously.